combo that has been broken by RRQ with the Hayabusa.
It has
Just want to
been
put it on the table there.
Well, to be fair, that game, I feel like that game's a bit of an outlier. It was like one mistake, the game was basically over at that point. I mean, when you're 4-0 at 3 minutes into the game, you know you're not gonna having a good time.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the thing. Okay, RRQ, they learned from game 30, I believe, right?
Yes.
Suyo banned out here.
Phobia's first pick.
TLID neglecting the Matilda. They went for Phobia's understanding that Dairon was too power. They denied this hero from Dairon.
Okay. So if they do decide to take Matilda, we've seen teams have two opinions about Matilda into the Phobia's matchup. One being, yes, I am building up his passive. What are you going to do about it? It's still good because I can heal you. Or B, we better not touch it because now two people are going to get affected by Phobias.
But the big question is, if they pick out the Matilda here, who are they going to combo it with? Bane Alpha banned out, Suyo off the table.
Oh, that's actually a good point. I mean, I definitely think B or even,
That's dirty.
Oh!
That's dirty.
Rats making a comeback.
Guys, Barat's where though? EXP
most
or
likely.
jungle?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's usually it's
Right?
the
It's dirty!
this current patch. The Angela Angeling. So this draft is TLID did this draft, Phobia's Angeling combo yesterday against RRQ in the upper brackets.
Yeah, they did. I'm just going to assume that this Barat is going to go into the EXP lane. Barat actually has some pretty decent odds against Phobias on account that Barat gets his stacks first. That is the big thing. If he doesn't have his stacks, he's just like any other hero, if not weaker.
Okay, and now we're going to the second phase, and the ban's starting to make sense, right? Ruby gets eliminated by RRQ. TLID, by the way, guys, you know, first glance, RRQ's composition right now, does it not look like a Blacklist composition? Barat, Matilda, and the Pyramid.
Maybe a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. It does reflect it quite a lot.
Shout outs to Blacklist, man.
Oh.
But, you know, we're taking a look at this asset as well, right? A little of data. Hero pool, RRQ right now with 60 unique picks.
Wow.
What else do they have under their sleeves?
Let's see.
A little too much. A little too much. I feel like they've been hiding a lot of stuff from the longest of times, and now that we're at match point, I think that RRQ have nothing left to lose, right? I think so far TLID with the Bruno ban makes sense. They generally want to maintain this early game, especially if Skylar is going to try and win and dominate that lane. But at the same time, it's like, we don't really see where what jungle would be effective here for the side of RRQ. I would argue that it's probably going to be the Hayabusa, because at least you have iframes to work with.
X-Borg possibility.
X-Borg I think is also good, but then where does the Barats go, right? Do you throw the Barats into the jungle at that point? Do you put the X-Borg in the jungle just so that you don't die against the Ling Angela combo?
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Let's see here. TLID seems like they commit to a Skylar man here. Bruno and the Natan. RRQ, will they show their card with this composition? I see a possibility Clint might make to the composition of RRQ.
I think, I mean, with the Matilda, it could be, this is risky, but Irrital, I know it's against the Ling. We have a Brody possibility against the Ling as well. We've seen Skylar utilize it against an Assassin. Oh, okay. Julian gets picked up for Sutsujin. So the Barat should be going to the EXP lane now for sure. And there's also a possibility of Moskov for RRQ.
I don't know if RRQ really want to play Moskov here. I think if they are locking in that Moskov, they just want the global presence and the potential to knock Ling away, maybe even Phobias, because again, you're just stacking up this Phobias at the end of the day. But I guess they're really confident that Barat is going to make sure that he doesn't go any further.
No, Ruby's banned.
Oh, Ruby's
Khalid
banned.
Lunox. Beautiful. Great iframes, and they needed AoE.
All right, so there you go. All right, Khalid Rome, Angela mid. Angela Yeskiel will be the choice.
Last pick for RRQ.
Oh, it's really tough. They can't go Ixia. I think Brody's okay. Moskov would be very, very safe. you're up against the Lunox as well, so you don't have that many great matchups. Maybe the Beatrix, but even then it doesn't feel that great. Not a lot of setup other than the Barat and Julian.
Okay, Irithel.
Yeah.
Doubling down on Irithel.
It's a risk, but I mean, it's Skylar.
It is Skylar, and it's
solid.
also the Matilda as well for Edok.
Yeah.
We saw that combination earlier before. Guys, championship point. Tell us what you think.
I think that right now Skylar needs to absolutely smurf on TLID. Take sprint, you have to win your lane, you have to skill as fast as possible, because generally RRQ, their team fighting is nasty, but they're going to lack damage.
I think Lunox will be the hero that will take us to Game 7.
Game 7. We'll see, ladies and gentlemen, championship point. We're gonna throw it over to our casters. Take it away.
1 game away from the trophy. 1 game away from glory. 1 game away until the kingdom finally rejoices. It is game number 6. Match point for RRQ Hoshi against Team Liquid ID.
The cavalry will not have it. They will not have it without a fight. Fabian on the lane. The usurper wants the throne. He wants the crown. Ladies and gentlemen, in the land of Dawn we go for a possible final game in the series, for a possible comeback to equalize on the board from the cavalry.
A signature strategy from the cavalry. Great macro presence, great dive in the team fights. And look at that, even in the lane. This Lunox pick certainly is a curveball. RRQ, can they withstand it? Can they find ways to kite back far enough? Skylar!
That's the guy with Whitney! Flickers forward, finds first blood, will be taken down. But that is a wave, that is a cannon minion that he will lose on top of his life.
Oh, Skylar gets assassinated. Yaskiel burns his flicker. And this lane, the Airtel against the Lunox. Talk to me about that lane, Arashi.
The Irrital against the Lunox, there's so much more sustain built into the Lunox, more burst damage too. So the traits that usually the Irrital can win by being more maneuverable, by just having a lot more burst in the kit, can't really be exploited to the same degree. But look at this!
So the Jin on the Julian, knocked out by Fabian, slain by Fabian. The mercenary down, the usurper will take that kill. Now Tyron trying to stop the farm from being taken, but again for Fabian, it's like taking candy from a baby. You can just take it away. Tyron, Dovan, Witty will try to tank it up. Tyron low, Aran tanking it up. Fabian just needs one more shot. Defiant Blade to take him down. Brings in Edop, rotating up top. Witty still trying to heal up. Fabian will let that happen. The Shadow Stampede before he backs away in front of pursuit. Edok will get away.
They were juggling the aggros to dive into Dyron, and Dyron has to die. But TLID, they come out unscathed.
Aaron, gotta respect this. Jin saving the chain, saving the enhanced side. Aaron still able to sustain for a bit. Another level of sustain, but Skylar with a crossbow will get it again on the board for RRQ.
Great move by Sisojin to just be patient with the usage of the skills there, ensuring that he has it guaranteed. But with that play on the bottom side, more prio for him to get to the top side. The turtle and a purple ball.
Last time Darren was able to get a miraculous death to this welcome. Will he be able to find him? Wow! A run takes it for him as he goes for the infinite pursuit. Fabian gets a turtle. He gets a Tempest of Blades, and Dyron will fall for the second time this game.
The usurper plunders the resources of the kingdom, but that was Aran jumping into the backline and giving path for Fabian.
Damage from Weedy, man. And Aran is running the Vengeance too, so even in the late game, if the idea is to just burst down this Phobius, Team Liquid ID has a lot more solutions to try and make that play happen.
Oh, baby Sandstorm into the back. No Purify for Skylar. Good Netherrealm baiting Witty. Skylar throws the crossbow. Up top and down below. That is Witty again. Taken out.
That was almost a kill and a half for Witty. He was able to Raging Sandstorm forward. Thankfully, Rims was close by. Nearby in the block, and he pops the Netherrealm.
Fabian actually out-farming Sitsujin at this point in time. Skylar actually gets the cart held onto him by Rinse. Great coordination as a team there, but Fabian has gotten the Berserker's Fury. Already a big power spike, and every single lane for RRQ is actually in a losing position. The EXP, the gold, and the mid lane all pressured down, even the jungle. So RRQ are playing it super defensive.
That's true. We talk about the losing lanes, right, Arashi? But Skylar is able to collect 2 kills. Do you think that is still a losing lane for him?
Dyron Gonna be the engage. Destiny's welcome coming down. Iran trying to tank up the turrets. Fabian does get picked up. And it doesn't find the wall. Fabian gets another kill without the purple buff. And it's still off. Take a look at this. He's delaying the purple uptake so that he has it for the turtle. Good brilliance to escape. You're not gonna be taken low. Aaron Shiki will go for it. Finds the kill. Hard guard over. Flicker. Aaron Shiki wants the cavalry to keep fighting. Wants the cavalry to keep charging.
Chaos Shiki with the double kill. He's able to stampede on the kingdom. 2 kills for himself and TLID. They gallop into the castle walls.
Oh man, that's a great fight by Team Liquid ID, winning across the board. RRQ. The issue right now is so many players, so many members of Team Liquid ID can really go invulnerable. The Tempest of Blades, the Brilliance Order, so many ways to outplay, but Widdy.
Good Sandguard, getting him a bit of HP. That's a Flicker Shadow Stampede to pull him back, but Widdy was able to get the Raging Sandstorm. Now Aaron put some damage back. Skylar, that heavy crossbow starting to hurt now. But Aaron will be able to respect it, will be able to get the healing from Yehezkiel, who has rotated bottom lane.
3 of the 4 kills only onto Widdy though. Definitely far from ideal for RRQ. The gold lead, however, was at 3,000 more or less. Now it's down to 2,000. You're seeing the mid game here for RRQ looking a bit more alive, especially with the power spikes for Skylar. Being a crit build, you actually get a bit more value from the first few items compared to the whole shred that requires the Trinity to really get things going. But of course, Fabian has a lot of damage.
Really trade, hard guard comes down. Skylar able to escape for now. Julian, Sutsujin, walking to the bottom lane. Aaron will just shove this wave to get the hard guard on him still to get Prio on the map. Meanwhile, Fabian up top, getting the turret. That is a tier 1.
Look at how much attention they're giving towards Skylar. Skylar's just getting bullied over and over again by Widdy and the Lunox in the hands of Aaron Shiki. The rotations is pulling apart the players of RRQ.
Rinse. Stampede, Aaron. No flicker. Dead. On the Brilliance. Chaos to escape. Aaron jumps into the midst of it all to help his teammate, Circling Eagle, to knock 2 up. But Widdy's right there to prevent that from being a full dive.
RRQ transitioning to more of an Ube style here. You can see it. They're moving together as a unit. It almost seems like right now, the deciding factor is whether or not Rins can make the right call. If he follows the movements of Team Liquid ID and identifies which lane is going to be under aggression from the cavalry, then he can use that Netherrealm to negate that whole outcome and keep the game going just that much longer into that mid game that RRQ can use.
When we talk about the TLID composition, they're more of a dive composition, but you talk about how Iran is there to become the front line. You have the peel as well from Widdy. How is the Julian supposed to access the backline? What happens?
Enhanced sword trying to run away. Netherrealm already baited out now. Cover the blades on the Sutsujin, who will fall. The mercenary down. Skylar very low. Fabian leaving the blades again as in for the pursuit. Back on 2. The demonic force procs are eternal. Iran will continue to zone him away, but a stampede brings him back. Iran will jump in. If you're gonna kill me, it'll be on my terms.
Just relentless aggression. That is the way the Phobias operates. That's going to be a neutral objective. Some turrets as well for Team Liquid ID. Extending that goal lead to 4K. RRQ making maneuvers happen, trying their best to read into Team Liquid ID, but there's just so many tools to kind of keep your eyes on. The Raging Sandstorm, the Tempest of Blades, now Susujin.
Purple buff stolen. Fabian stealing it away. This time Aaron has the flicker, so RRQ will not continue that chase.
Sutsujin pulverized, torn apart by the cavalry. He hasn't been able to become online. 3 on the Julian. If the Julian is this beaten into a pulp, how effective it is going to be as the time progresses, Arashi?
Fortunately for the Julian, you can kind of still operate as a card control tool, technically with an enhanced chain. But ideally for Susujin, he still wants some more damage. But Skylar face checks!
Raging Sandstorm over to Skylar, has a heavy crossbow, has this Shadow Stampede to help him as well. Zito walks forward, Widdy will actually be threatened there. Now able to heal back up. Aaron, that's a big power spike.
Second item, Holy Crystal. Talk to me about this, Arashi.
Just more scaling, right? More numbers to really add damage to your kit. And for now, there's not really a lot of magic damage, especially in the 1v1 against Skylar, and magic defense, I mean. So Aaron can really abuse this. And he's been playing very aggressively because he knows he has an invulnerability tool to get out of the ganks of RRQ. They don't have a lot of repeated engagements, but look at that. Widdy.
Stampede, Widdy. And half chain finding him. Widdy will not try to commit any of his resources. Heck, he doesn't have any resources to spend, but Fabian, on the other hand, Usurper will stay busy. Flava Fave with a tier 2 traded for the Roamer's life. Tyron Unable to get that cheeky Decimus welcome. The flicker was not up.
He's turbo farming his items, right? 3 item power spiked, BOD completed. And now the question becomes, how is RRQ going to match that side lane pressure the TLID will constantly have in the hands of Fabian?
I don't think they have any easy way of doing so. The best they can do is use Mathilda to kind of elevate their movement around the map. But even then, the way that RRQ is playing this Ube against this Assassin, it just makes it so difficult for them to actually get any winning circumstances. And keep in mind, later on with the Vengeance, a run can last a lot longer in the front line. So it really feels like RRQ have to bait out some spells and then make their way back in. Use the Mathilda Guiding Wind to just allow themselves to bait out some of the resources. Because in a full-on 5v5, I don't see them coming out on top.
Run in a 1v3 so far, not even.
Yeah, they're all running away for dear lives, and look at that. The Lord free, conceded by RRQ. They can't really pressure back TLID. Ooh, Skylar.
Good poke. That's an ultimate down though. Lord is still pushing on the top side, and the purple buff always, Team Liquid ID, playing classic. The right way to just shut down your opposing jungler. Just keep going for these invades, knowing that you have the frontline advantage, you have the damage advantage, you have the macro advantage even. There's not much that RRQ can do here without really making a lot of sacrifices elsewhere.
They have total control of the second half of the map. The Lord even wanting to siege towards the turret.
They're on shaky with the Ruby DD combo. Dyron taking very low. Netherrealms is safe in the Vengeance pot. They're ready for a run. Coming to blade from Fabian. Dyron trying to go for the Death as well. Will not be able to find a Fabian now. Dyron, did he find Fabian? And the Usurper shall fall in the hands of the Mercenary. Skylar on the chase for Yehezkiel. But TLID, they back away. They think it's worth it to trade Fabian for the base turret. And I think they were right to make that call.
Again, the soldiers of the kingdom. They hug the Crown Prince, protected with their palm of the hands, and Fabian, he falls down in that altercation.
That is a bold move from Team Liquid ID to go for a dive under a turret against a Faramis, against a Julian. Wow, they just kept going for it, and I really believe, obviously, that the plan wasn't to really trade Fabian for that pickup, but hey, a familiar face.
LJ! Of course, MPL IDX streamer presented to you by our coffee. Good day. He's out there.
He's out there, man, just lingering, just watching.
There you go.
Oh,
Revelation.
He realizes. There you go. Woo!
W-man.
Oh, what the heck was that? Where did Enoch go, Fabian? Wants to dive in over the Rins this time. Comes the blaze used up, Dyron. Netherrealm cancelled. And there you go, Raging Sandstorm on the 2. Dyron still has immortality, but now it's gonna be Aran with Infernal Pursuit in towards the base. No minions, they will lose Aran. But they've taken Enoch and Dyron down.
Oh, they're knocking on the doorsteps of the castle that the kingdom has been able to build. But I feel like no, they don't want to exert even more pressure. They will back away. Discipline, as they've learned from their mistakes.
There's nothing to get right now on the map anyways. I think that what that was is Team Liquid ID making a statement to RRQ. Hey, you wanna walk out of your base, you have to remember that we are danger. And we will punish you if you just overstep your limits. Purple buff secured by Syzygy though. And you're seeing level 15 for both junglers. RRQ slowly but surely trying to catch up with the farm. But man, when it comes to pressure, nothing they can do right here. Dyron taking so much damage only with a handful of spells.
Is there a scenario where RRQ is able to match TLID in a 5v5 Lord take?
The longer the game goes, in theory with the Netherrealm, it is possible. But the problem is, Team Liquid ID don't have to go for that. They have the macro play with the Angela, with the Ling. Why would they go for a frontal 5v5 against a Faramis, against a marksman? Look at Witty.
Oh, Witty looking for a flank angle. He might be able to catch Syzygy, but no backup close by. So he's all alone, stranded in an island, just becoming a distraction for the TLID cavalry to take down the Lord.
Interesting play right there. Witty with the movement speed bonus from the passive, actually going and threatening the bottom side. And again, RRQ can't afford to split apart from each other. This almost seems like the same idea with the Yves Natan, just with a different format with the Faramis Erythal. But it's just not the same kind of shred. There'll be more bursts available by Skylar, but he needs to find the right targets. technically against the assassin it can work, but with the hard guard, this is why that Angeling combo is just so difficult to deal with. And especially with the fleeting time available, there will be no hesitation from the Hezkiel to just pop that hard guard again and again. And Fabian, man, he is just up there at this point.
Yeah, this Ube combo is working at its best for RRQ to defend their base, but now can they hold the second Lord marching in?
Fabian, chunk load, plant blade, and the Tempest Blades. Lord, will not be utilized to its fullest. RRQ dealt with it quite well.
Is that a loss, Hoshi?
I think that is a loss. Team Liquid ID get some ways to push, to clear on their own, denying gold from the Team Liquid ID members, and then the waves can get caught by RRQ, no problem. There was no dangerous moment there that they can go for a fight, they can punish. They did not get more damage, or too much damage, onto the base turrets. Team Liquid ID, it really felt like they didn't really set up the waves at all there.
Yeah, it was all just done and dusted. The Lord evaporated in mere seconds by RRQ. And it feels like it's harder to be able to lay claim on the backline of RRQ. The fact that they have a lot of layers before they could access their hands towards Skylar.
Witty. No, whoa, God, wait. Gotta respect this. Oh! Fabian gunned down. Well, now it's starting to hurt. Now that hard guard isn't able to save him all that well. Run. Still able to run away. Fabian clearing up top. TLID escaping from the clutches of RRQ.
Look at that though. 3 ultimates for the side of Team Liquid. Now the Phobius doesn't really count, but RRQ are forced to just blow everything almost immediately. That is the amount of danger that they can sense from Team Liquid ID. But especially for Fabian, he needs to be very careful right now.
He does.
Burst damage, right? Assassins, surprisingly, are quite weak to it. From the Irithel, from the Beatrix. We've seen it before. So 3 hits in the late game will be enough.
Whoa, look at that.
Wow. Fabian able to react in time. That would have been game-changing had that hit.
And now for TLID, of course, they want to bank on Fabian, but Aaron Shiki hasn't been able to see much of daylight with the damage that he's supposed to deal, with the way that he was supposed to dive to the backline of RRQ, but it seems like he's not getting the airtime that he needs.
Right now, it's just unfortunate for Team Liquid that the Lunox pick allowed them to be so aggressive to just bully Skylar, but now in the late game, when they just go for that big engage and they use all the ultimates, it's almost like game over, right? RRQ, if they can survive the initial burst, will be able to do a lot more damage. But Sutsujin need to be careful. Preemptive plays have been rampant in Season 14.
Now it feels like they want to try to contest the Lord, but this time around TLID is just juggling it, enticing RRQ to come inside.
They can't.
Shrouded in secrecy, they have this done. They get the third Lord, courtesy of Aaron Shiki.
And again, the Kings are forced into their own castle against Skylar, though. Ooh, wow. Aran able to stop that engage from happening.
Only a mere few seconds, almost 9,000 damage. The fact that Weedy was able to just Raging Sandstorm out, and the leftover damage actually splashed over to Aaron, taking him down to almost half. That's a lot of burst damage. 4-1 and 4. Skylar hasn't technically been shut down completely. It's only a 5k gold difference, and we've seen that with the right composition, even 10k can be mitigated by the base, by the safety that the base provides for you. Aran though, going more and more tanky. Ooh, look at the damage though.
Ridiculous damage.
In and out.
Ridiculous healing too.
And that was a Holy Crystal purchased by Yehezkiel.
Seal. From Witty, Aran walking up. Oh my god! Now goes over to Hurtle Pursuit, Raging Sandstorm onto them. It's not gonna be enough to take anyone down, just another realm right now. It's just gonna be one member taken out. Sutsujin still able to deal with the waves.
They hold.
That's an welcome from Dyron. Fabian will be caught. He buys the immortality, but I don't think he can live. He buys the winner crown. The usurper is hard to kill, but he is not immortal.
Is this the turnaround the kingdom is looking for? They defend their castle, and they will advance forward.
The risky play by Team Liquid ID, and they did not even get a base tower for their troubles. In the bottom lane, it was saved. RRQ with 22 seconds before Fabian, the menace, the usurper, is back on the map to have an impact. They can use this to set up all the traps, all the pressure. But look at Rins.
Raging Sandstorm! And Aaron Shiki capitalizes! Now with a hard guard onto Aaron, as an enhanced chain onto 2. Aaron still able to dish out some damage with a crown of immortality built by Sutsujin. with the help of the photo, an enhanced chain forward. TLID now on the chase. The cavalry
They advance.
will charge. Winning walks forward. Dyron tied up by a Heskil. He will be mobilized. He will be taken out. Yeah, Heskil is on a killing spree. And TLID have been able to bait RRQ out of their castle now. Another siege into the base.
Maybe it's here.
No Netherrealm just yet. He'll have to wait. Sutajin will use the enhanced sword to escape. That's a circling eagle. Eat out with a flicker. In front of pursuit.
Skylar.
Forward. Netherrealm coming down. Now Sutajin trying to clear out the waves, and he won't be able to do it right now. But no, the cannon minion. One cannon minion was all it took. TLID stay alive in a best of 7. They will not let their dreams be shattered just like that.
A game of inches. The cavalry steadfast, still galloping